Hello guys, welcome back to, it's actually episode 15 of our podcast In the Vault with Ali and Shane. I realised I made a mistake last week. It's 15, we're on 15.
So you played me.
I played you and I've got to change all the titles for
So you played
our
yourself.
last podcast. I played myself.
I was gonna say 14.
You guys, I sound a little bit different today because I've caught a little head cold from some chick at Pilates.
You look a bit post facelift. Yeah, you're giving post facelift.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's looking like you got like a lower blep or something.
I'm not pulling up today because Jimmy and I, we went to a bakery today and I've got this shirt on, which is like a beige sort of khaki shirt, and I've got matching jeans. And he goes, Al, you look like a mechanic.
I'd say more so like a wildlife warrior. Where's Bob when you need him, doll?
Wait, who's Bob?
Bob Irwin.
Oh, yeah. I only refer to his father.
Oh, fair. And you went away this weekend, doll?
I did. I went to Stanthorpe.
Cute.
Which is along the granite belt. If you don't know what the granite belt is, literally everything's made of granite. So you do like these treks. It's so beautiful.
Did you pick up some for your countertop, doll, while you were there?
I literally said that to Jimmy. I was like, we should have bought a U-Haul. Got ourselves a gorgeous little
got yourself a little
countertop.
bargain, doll.
We should have just brought a jackhammer and just started going.
She said
Yeah.
DIY. I had one of my high school friends' child's first birthdays. I feel like my life is children's birthdays these days.
You have been doing a lot of
been doing the rounds,
birthdays.
doll. My gorgeous nephew Caspian's first birthday. So he had a cutesy little birthday moment, and I got to actually see one of my girlfriends, Gloria, who I haven't seen in ages, like 5 or 6 years. She's one of our high school friends. And I got to meet her son, Leonardo. He was the cutest little thing. I was obsessed with him. Makes you clucky, doll. It's like,
It does.
I don't know that I inherently feel the urge to have a child just in my being, in my everyday being. But when you're around parents with children or you see your friends with children, you're like, oh, I could do that.
I've got a question for you, and I thought, let's start this potty with a little question.
Oh, with a little Q&A, doll. Okay, British Chicago, let's hit me with it.
Okay, when did you first feel a level of power in your life?
Oh my god, that's such an intense question. I think like early friendships. I can't remember like a specific moment, but I remember I was very much in high school the glue of my friendship group. And I think that was the first time I really felt power. Like the girlies
Like you knew there was a hierarchy?
Yeah, you know, it's like I knew that I was the center point of all these people. This is my strength.
Oh. And you were like, I can make or break someone.
I could finish you right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess like, you know, it's like, I don't want to say, and you know what's funny? One of my managers at COS, Guy, shout out to Guy, we still talk. He once said to me, he said, you're the social sway of this business. Like if you're in a bad mood, everyone's in a bad mood. If you're in a good mood, everyone's in a good mood. And I was like, oh my God, that is such a compliment, but also I hate that I have that. I guess that's like kind of on brand for a publicist though. I feel like that's like an inherent trait you need to have as a publicist.
And on brand for an Aries. Fire sign.
Yeah, and he's also an Aries, so he said it to me as an Aries. You know that means something, that's got weight. What about you?
Oh, I already know off the bat. Because I was having this conversation with my friend, and because she asked me. And I was like, I can tell you straight away when I first felt power.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, it was February, just after I graduated year 12, so a couple of months. And my school, you had to wear your hats and ribbons and your pins and everything like that, especially if you were going to like Westfield or something.
Yeah.
Well, we had teachers that actually were at our local shops that would give you, hand out demerit points if your uniform wasn't in check.
God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I remember walking past these girls that used to go to my school, shout out NBC, and I was like, I don't know what came over me, but I was just like, hats on, girls. And they put their hats on. It was unbelievable. And then that's what got me nervous is like, I'm on such a high. I'm on such a high from this that I actually, like I could never be a police officer or something like that because I would abuse that power. I just know it. I just know it in my heart of hearts.
Yeah. And I guess it makes sense that you're in the career you're in now in content creation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, powerful.
Yeah. I want to talk about a song I've been obsessed with. Hate That I Made You Love Me by Ariana Grande. Have you listened to it yet?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Is that wrong to say that?
Well, I think so, obviously. I do love Ariana Grande. I think it feels like a really natural evolution from her previous album, Eternal Sunshine. It feels like a nice progressive shift, but it's still kind of staying true to that vocally.
I feel like it's one of those songs that the more you listen to
The more you
the more
like. It is definitely a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
It's not something I listened to, I think, the first time and I was like, I'm gagged. I listened to it and I think a couple of days later I was like, okay, I'm going back. And then I haven't stopped listening to it for a week and a half.
It was just a bit of a nothing song.
Okay.
But there's a lot of discourse online at the moment about her body.
Yes, I've seen this. She is very thin.
Do I believe it's right to talk about someone's body?
No.
But I do think that she is in a position where a lot of young women love her and follow her, and she's sick.
Yeah.
She's quite unwell.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that she's unwell.
Her whole rib cage is
Yeah, and I think this is discourse that's been playing out throughout the last couple of years with The Wizard of Oz. I feel like it's definitely been a topic that's been being had. It's not a new conversation, but I feel like it's really ramped up.
Oh yeah, and then Ariana Grande, it's come out that Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater
have split.
broken up.
They've split Svills.
And there was this comment I was reading online and it was like, imagine breaking up your whole family only for Ariana to break up with you like a year later.
Oh my God, and can I say, she is a notorious breaker-upper. This is what I feel with Ariana Grande. As someone that's been a part of her journey for a very long time, as a fan, I think Mac Miller was the love of her life and she's never quite recovered from his death. That's how I feel about that entire situation. I feel like no one will ever fill that void. And I feel like he was the love of her life, even though they weren't together when they had broken up. Like they were on and off for a very long time.
Yeah.
She has multiple songs dedicated to him. I feel that's really played a part in all of the subsequent relationships she's had since him. And like she seems to notoriously date a guy that has had at some point a tumultuous relationship with drugs and alcohol.
And someone who has maybe a partner already. Naya Rivera from Glee, she actually came out with a book and she said that she walked in on her partner with someone that rhymed with Shmariana Shmande.
R.I.P. to Naya Rivera, but that is so shady.
Shady boots.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of got this history of man stealing.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
100%. P.S. Don't you think it's wild that Naya Rivera just like one day went to a lake and then like never came back? Doll, talking about documentaries, Miss Tyra Busy Banks is... Busy Banks! Because she's been busy suing Netflix.
Was she successful?
Well, it's just been filed, doll. So the lawsuit was officially filed on June 13th over the documentary series Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model. You and I spoke about the episode. I can't remember what episode.
One of the first.
Way back there.
Way back.
Way back when. Just a quick recap, very, very quick recap. It's a 3-part doco and it covered the show's historic success and its controversies. The central point was Shandy Sullivan talking about her situation with sexual abuse on the show, and that was really a central part of the documentary. So Banks is suing not only Netflix, but 89 Blocks Holding, Ever Wonder Studio, Netflix Movie, and the co-directors Daniel Savan and Moore Lushi for defamation by implication, breach of contract, false endorsement, and false light. Essentially, the claim is Tyra filmed 3.5 hours of footage, and of that, only 16 minutes were used. The lawsuit alleges selective editing, deliberate omission, and surgical manipulation.
So originally she decided to do this Netflix documentary because America's Next Top Model is coming back, am I right?
Well...
So she wanted to do it as almost like a promo.
I don't know necessarily. I think that was a central point when we discussed it. We were like, oh, she definitely used it to catapult that and do it as a moment. What her initial intentions were in doing the documentary originally, I'm not quite sure. She did say it's just time to talk about it, were her words, I believe, when she was initially talking about it. But she did say, and now to cycle 26 or whatever cycle it was. So she did kind of use that moment to try and allude that there's going to be another cycle. essentially.
Because that was the only reason I thought possibly why she would have done this documentary. People are talking about it, but it was mainly a topic that was happening in COVID when people started rewatching it.
Yeah.
Why bring it up again?
Why bring it up again? 100%. She believes it was made out that she knowingly allowed a contestant to be sexually assaulted on her show, exploited that contestant's trauma for ratings, and then could not even remember it when she was asked. Isn't it ironic that Tyra is now on the other side and she's now suing the things that these poor girls weren't in a place and weren't in a state in their career to really have the ability to fight back on particular edits of themselves on shows. And it was, and the whole premise is, well, you signed up for a reality TV show, that's what you get. Well, Tyra, you signed up for a documentary, so that's what you get. I think it's really rich. I want to talk about one other thing, and it's Kelly Catrane's take. I don't know if I sent you this video, but she was on Chris versus the People podcast, and on that podcast, she said she refused to appear on the docuseries, and she said it was because she felt they were doing it to essentially malign Tyra.
Okay, so Kelly Catrone and Tyra are still friends?
So she says, I've known her since she was 16. We weren't close. We were never close. But she was on the season from 2018 to 2021. And she said it ran like a tight ship. Tyra was on top of everything. I saw nothing but professionalism. And she essentially used that moment as well to come for Jay Manuel and say, you were a makeup artist at a MAC counter in Canada before Tyra came along and essentially catapulted you into stardom. He hadn't really worked in the industry. Views are quite divided now. Months after this documentary has come out, we spoke about it in February. That's when it came out. Feb. It's 4 months ago.
I think also Tyra probably saw America's Next Top Model as a job. Whereas, because especially Jay Manuel, he was a MAC makeup artist.
Yes.
He probably saw this as they're all working really closely together now. And he probably saw them as closer than maybe what they were.
Yeah.
And Tyra probably saw this as more of a work opportunity
relationship.
And friends. Friends that are close in proximity because you're working closely together.
And remember as well, Doll, Tyra had other things going on. Like she had the Tyra Banks show, which we know was also very problematic, just like every other daytime talk show. And that was probably one of the better ones. I think there's the truth and the lie, and the somewhere in between is, I think we've seen Tyra malign people in the past, where I don't think Tyra would be complicit in sexual assault, obviously. I think there were a lot of players in the background. As we know, there's producers, there's directors, there's a gazillion other people in the mix. There's definitely negligence at play.
She probably asked, oh, what happened? And they would have been like, oh, she got really drunk and slept with someone. And she would have just been like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it would have played out.
Yeah. I think as well we forget, yes, Tyra was the creator of America's Next Top Model, but I think at that point she would have been so top line. She wouldn't have been watching raw footage. She would have been watching a final edit and she would have been saying, cut this, keep this. She was an executive director. I would love to see the other 3 hours of footage to see what she really said and how she really felt.
And well, like if it does come to that, Netflix can very easily air that footage.
That's right.
And be like,
this is what it is.
What else did you want us to say?
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yes.
There's so many situations in my own life where I look back and I go, yeah, that's the obvious answer. That was the wrong thing to do.
Yes, 100%.
And at the time, and you're also in a situation where everyone else is speaking this way or everyone else is doing TV shows this way and all this kind of stuff. Culturally, you're in a different space.
Yeah. Don't you feel as well, though, on the docuseries, they did make it seem like she took no accountability for any of the goings on the docuseries. And I think that is a problem if that extra footage proves the latter.
I completely agree. Just because it doesn't fit your story, don't just try and stick to the narrative you're trying to create.
Yeah, as Tyra as the little monster.
Something very interesting that has happened on my feed lately.
Tell me.
You know Hi Smile?
Doll, how could I not know Hi Smile? Can I say, Josh was writing me the other day. He was like, you were obsessed with all those freaky ass flavors. At one point, they had like a Willy Wonka collab where it was like chocolate flavored.
No,
yeah,
shame.
I know. I really went down the Hi Smile, and can I say, and I don't even care, like the toothpaste is not very good. I can't use anything else but Marvis now. Specifically, the jasmine mint is my favorite flavor. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I tried to use Oral-B the other day and it tasted like poison in my mouth. I cannot. I'm sorry. I need my $15 toothpaste doll.
I just got the cheapest one at Woolies.
You're crazy.
At the time. But so High Smile has been issued a $138,600 fine from the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, which is
ACCC doll. Can I say that's a very specific number? Why the $600?
Anyway, so they have been caught for misleading marketing. So essentially they have like these vox pop style videos where they interview random people on the street, but actually these random people worked for High Smile, which is illegal. So that's misleading the consumer.
Can I just say, doll, tell me one vox pop that isn't internal staff though. For the most part, strangers don't want to talk to people with a mic in their hand. Especially in a city like Sydney, for example, people are always getting from A to B. People don't want to talk to a stranger. On the same note, it's about time High Smile got called out for this kind of behaviour because I feel like they've had very misleading ads for a very long time.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, they also got caught with their Gloss Stick tooth gloss product, and they said that it removes stains, but in fact it actually only temporarily removes stains.
Okay.
Actually, I was looking at some High Smile ads the other day and I was like, surely this doesn't comply with regulation.
All those purple things where like they're using the purple toothpaste and they're making things like white that are yellow. I'm like, something ain't right here.
Essentially, when you get in trouble by the ACCC, if you have a social following and it's to do with social media, you have to post online that you have gotten in trouble and what exactly you have gotten in trouble for. So they did that, but they've done some interesting things around the post. So firstly, the post was labelled as an ad. As someone who works in influencer marketing and as an influencer myself, when you tag something as an ad, its reach gets reduced dramatically. They haven't tagged it as an ad, they've put it as a paid partnership label. Before that they posted the ACCC post, they posted 9 tiles in the same format. And essentially, when you start seeing that same format as a consumer, you're like, oh, whatever, like you don't care anymore. They were posting these posts within 3 hours of each other. So they were flooding feeds, and then people were obviously getting annoyed by them and not fully reading them. And that was a way for them to try and move past this situation. The apology was also posted in the middle of the night to reduce reach as well. What do you think about it?
I think it's so on brand for High Smile to find the sneakiest, most shady way to call themselves out when they are legally required to. I think they've waited this long for a reason. They shifted the post as well to sit amongst the rest of those posts that were posted, I think, around a month ago, because Instagram's just allowed for that to happen. So they've just allowed for people to shift the tiles on their feed, on their like homepage.
Yeah, so if you post something and for example it doesn't do well or you're trying to hide it,
you can drag it down.
You can actually move that video down to wherever you want.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think is really, I don't know if I like.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I think the whole curation of your profile page is so 2016. I don't know that consumers care about that anymore. I think it's going to be even more detrimental from a PR perspective because we now have lost faith in not only your product but you as a brand from a reputational capital perspective because we now know you're choosing to purposefully deceive us and not keep us in the loop on information that's really important to know.
It also makes me think as a consumer that this product is not quality.
Yes.
Look, I actually already knew that looking at the packaging and everything like that. I think when it comes to your teeth, it's so important to go with heavily researched and developed products like Oral-B, Colgate. I don't know what Marvis is doing, but you know what I mean?
Shady.
Sorry, but like...
Sorry, they've been around since like the 1500s, so I think that's pretty researched if you ask me. Anyway.
I'm not going with a chocolate toothpaste from High Smile.
No. Yeah. I mean, I was once upon a time, but I wouldn't anymore. Talking about cavities, let's talk about the cavity on the Beckham's name, which is Brooklyn Beckham.
Oh. I was like, where are you going with this?
I'm dead. I'm really loving the segue today. I don't know if you know this, because you've been away this weekend, but David Beckham received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. On the 12th of June, correct. Yeah. So I was doing a bit of research in here because I was like, why the hell does David Beckham have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? So it's kind of two-pronged. He's in the sports entertainment category, and as we know, he did move to LA when they had their TV show to play for the LA soccer team.
So, wait, I thought you had to be a movie star.
Well, that's what I thought too. I didn't realize it extended to sports stars. I didn't think you necessarily had to be a movie star, but I thought you had to be in the entertainment industry, which I guess technically David Beckham is. But one thing I didn't know was that he actually does have a production company. The whole family was there, but Mr. Brooklyn, Mr. Brooklyn and Nicola were obviously very absent. Before I get into that though, I love that Victoria will never miss a moment to take a swipe at herself. She's like, oh, I thought I was coming because I was getting my star for the Spice Girls movie. She is so funny.
Apparently, Miss Harper tried to go talk to Brooklyn Beckham, and he didn't even answer the door for
Well, doll, that's what I was going to tell you about. After the ceremony, she went to go to the mansion at around 2 p.m.
Who, Harper?
Correct. Harper went to go to the mansion at around 2 p.m. Still dressed in her cute little outfit, which she looked amazing, by the way. She had this...
The pink
one? The pink silk dress with the little cardi. Obsessed. She looked gorgeous.
That girl loves a little slip. She loves
Surely
slip.
That's a Victoria Beckham design. Would have to be. Would have to be.
That's a VB.
Correct. We're not talking Victoria Bitters, doll. They need to...
Frothy in a whole different way.
Can I say, VB need to get on Victoria Beckham. They need to find some funny pun way. You heard it here first. From a PR perspective, that would be so funny. VB needs the PR as well.
And also, like, bitter, you can play into, like, how, like, people think...
She's quite bitter, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So Brooklyn and Nicola have come out and essentially said they were at the NYC Food and Wine Festival, which is why they weren't there. A rep for them essentially said they feel there were photographers at their place capturing Harper leaving a letter with them for a reason. They feel this was like...
She looked like she was crying.
Yeah, well, they feel like this was a ploy from Victoria and David as like a publicity stunt to further defame them. Defame their character. I will say one thing though as well, though, doll, like David did shut down any conversation. So a reporter did ask him about it and he was like, that's a private matter. I don't want to discuss it.
But that literally also makes me think that Brooklyn and Nicola are the problem.
I think Nicola's the problem.
You really think so?
I do. I do think so, only because prior to everything, there was no issue. And Brooklyn's obviously been quite outspoken about how he feels now, but has that been planted in his head? I think the Peltz family is quite powerful and they also are quite private. I think the Beckham values inherently kind of go against theirs.
I think that there's this saying that a daughter is yours for life and a son is yours until he finds a wife. Like, that's just a saying.
Oh!
And I do think that Victoria probably was being a little bit, monster-in-law to Nicola. And then with that whole wedding situation where they were meant to go and do their first dance and Victoria Beckham stole the show with that. And there are multiple sources that say that this is true. You do have to now go and be like, I have to now be with my wife. I have to protect my wife now.
For sure.
So
that's your family. Like when you get married, and it's funny, you're obviously engaged, I'm married. I feel like modern relationships now, gone are the days of like this huge extended family dynamic. I feel, at least that's how I feel like amongst me and all my friends and everything. Maybe it's a Sydney thing, who knows? But I feel like when you get married, that is your new family. Like I do really see Josh as my core person.
Yeah, and you need to protect your core person.
And that's the first person I'm going to defend. Even against, if God forbid, Josh and my mum ever had beef, of course I'm going to defend Josh. I think that's the right thing to do in a scenario like that. I think the dynamics of the families just haven't meshed. Anyway, wish them love. Love ya.
Doll, have you been watching Love Island?
Doll, I've not been.
Have you ever been on Love Island?
No, and you know why? I have tried to watch it, Doll, and I just think it's inherently a little bit too heterosexual for me.
Yeah. That is so fair.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of different Love Islands. This year, I'm usually a UK Love Island watcher, but this year I've made the executive decision to watch the USA one.
Interesting. Trader.
Well, they come out 5 days a week, and they're about an hour a pop.
So it's like a Big Brother situation.
Anyway, it is so raunchy, the USA one compared to the British one. Sorry, but the British people are like prudes compared to the US one.
It's wild because I haven't watched UK Love Island, but I have watched like the Geordie Shores and the whatever else, and they were like vulgar AF.
So I think they used to be a little bit more like that for the UK, except now people have realised you can get on the show and become an influencer.
Yes.
So, and I think Molly May's season was probably the best season there was. Molly May and Moira Higgins.
Yes. I was going to say, I watched Traders and Moira was on the US Traders.
Yeah. I love Treatings.
Treatings. Well, she got played by Rob.
Yeah, she did.
By Rob Roush.
She got that Hermes bag though.
She did. She still got her bag.
I think people saw that season and were like, oh, I can go on and become an influencer. Then people got a little bit too scared to do anything. Before, people were having sex on TV, lots of kissing, and people were being a little bit déclassé.
Yeah.
If you will.
Déclassé. Love.
The US ones, it's like the original UK Love Island. Like, they are just in it to win it. They want that bag. They're willing to make out orgy with everyone. Sometimes I have to pause it and just go like, Jesus, what am I watching? So this year's Love Island is being filmed in Fiji.
Can I just say, that is so random. I feel like there's so many other islands far closer to the US that would be just as nice to filming.
It is traditionally Spain.
Yes.
But maybe it's more affordable in Fiji.
I imagine it would be.
Film
Yeah.
there. And maybe like time zones
Yes.
and things like that, because they have an 18-hour turnaround to film, storyboard, get everything together.
Oh, that makes
and
sense.
get it to air.
Because Fiji's one of the first places on the world clock. So that would give them more than enough time.
That probably makes sense. But on the same island that they're filming Love Island, they're also filming Survivor.
Oh.
USA Survivor.
They're getting their money's worth, doll.
Yeah, apparently Survivor cast could actually hear the Love Island cast.
Oh my gosh.
Have parties and stuff like that. How pissed would
I'd
you
be
if you were,
pissed.
like, starving.
I'd be like, damn, I wish I was there, not eating like a fucking bowl of rice for dinner. And some fish I had to catch myself. Do you think that they must give them like a little something? I reckon there's a little staff lunch on set.
They get so skinny by the end. They're so gaunt.
Put me on. Put me on.
Anyway, but a lot of people are saying when the Love Islanders get voted off, they should have to be able to go to the Survivor.
Yeah.
And then start their Survivor.
Yes. Voted out of the villa.
How would that be?
Onto Survivor.
Onto Survivor.
Well, if they need a fill-in, they
Yeah.
can just, snatch someone from the house.
They should cross over.
Yeah.
That would be so fun. Oh, you thought your journey was done? Nuh-uh.
It's just begun, honey.
Get fishing.
It's just begun. Talking about iconic reality TV shows, doll, Real Housewives of Melbourne's coming back.
With Gina.
So
Liano?
Gina's confirmed to come back. The rest of the cast is
They
not.
need Gina.
Oh, they need Gina. But you know who else they need? They also need Lydia.
Chica.
They need Chica. They also, I think they need Jackie Gillies. Out of it!
That was
So
the best.
good. Josh and I always say, everyone in Melbourne. Can I say we need Melbourne Housewives back? I think
That was the best housewife.
for sure, and if Sydney can survive, Melbourne needs to come back. I think it's criminal that it's been off the air for so long, but ITV's picked it up, so I think that'll be really good.
So why did they get rid of it? Because it was doing really well.
I think, Dole, they brought that last episode. Remember when they brought that last episode back and they had like the Champagne Dame and they had all these random new girls on because they couldn't bring back Gina and Lydia. I think there must have been disputes over pay or like disputes over cast members, whatever else. And that, plus it was COVID, so I think that was like the double nail in the coffin.
Wait, you know who they need to bring back? They need Janet.
They need her.
Oh, they need Janet Roach. They need Gina Liano. They need Lydia and Figaro. Remember her little
He's
Figaro?
passed,
He's all dead
oh.
now, but yeah.
Oh my god.
They need another little whippet in there. My friend Daniel Tan, he does Lydia's makeup.
Okay.
And her makeup is
Oh, she always looks
all the
amazing.
time.
She always looks amazing. I love Lydia. All right, doll. That's it. Bye, guys. Mwah. Mwah. Bye.
Kisses.